Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of All Things Spice podcast. My name is Zanele and I am your host. Super excited to have you. For those that are joining for the first time, welcome. For those that are returning and loyal listeners, thank you so much. And I really do appreciate all the support. So today is a bit different. It's quite interesting that I'm recording this episode as we are stepping into the weekend. Oh my word. This week's recording almost didn't happen, but then like something just literally sparked in my mind this morning, and I was like, I actually I'm going to record the session because then this idea just needs to come out. So I'm glad that I decided that I'll definitely record after work. So that is exactly what's happening. I am multitasking because yeah, I had to cook. I had to make that adult decision that I was not going to buy today because I actually have food. So I'm pretty excited that I'm going to eat after this because I'm quite hungry. But anyways, that is a side note. So today I would like to think of it as, I'd like you to think of it as a weekend special. As you are stepping into the weekend, hopefully it gives you that, that boost, and that you also just get time to reflect, I guess. If you're listening to this during the weekend, then during the weekend. If you're listening to it during the week, then it's also very much applicable. Um, so I'm pretty much excited because I feel as though the content that I am going to speak about today is actually content that I received from, um, a couple of people. And it's always good to, get other people's perspectives and, incorporate them into this, because this is a conversation. This podcast is meant, to just really incorporate what other people are also thinking about, etc. Okay, so I'm not gonna go too much into into that, but let me first, before I start, I'm going to just first speak about how podcasting has been, because that's a question that I have been asked a couple of times. So I thought I must just share that. So it has been great. Like, it has been amazing. Yes, it can be a bit challenging in terms of, just, I think the process of having to like brainstorm on certain things, and the ideas can sometimes just like flood in, and I'm just like, okay, let's try figure out how we're going to structure this in the actual episode. So that aspect can be a little bit tricky, but like just in terms of the execution, I enjoy it, I love it. And that's why I'm just like, if you come up with an idea to start something, like just go for it and see how it goes. Because now, I mean, I was just looking back and thinking, from the first episode to now, it's just been like a whole journey. So it's also just like really helped me to reflect on certain things that I would have not ordinarily just reflected on. I've had conversations with people, and I've tried to stay consistent in coming up with content. So that's been that's been podcasting in a nutshell. And I'm definitely more than happy to have further discussions with anyone who wants to know a bit more. Um, and yeah, definitely happy to have that chat. And then how my week has been, because that's also a question that um I've also received. My week has been busy. I feel as though like just an adulting. There are more busy weeks than um weeks that are not busy, if that makes sense. So it might not necessarily be work busy, but like admin busy, or like just life is lifing. I was telling this to someone I was speaking to, a friend of mine I was speaking to, probably, I think was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I was like, yo, when life is just life is just lifing, man. Like it's just lifing, and yeah, we just had a whole laugh and a whole debrief and a whole like unpacking of what that really meant. But yeah, back to the week. So the week has been busy for me, specifically in terms of work, because there was a lot of speaking engagements, um, meetings that I had to prepare for and lead. There was a lot of um, people that I had to meet and speak to. So yeah, it was quite a busy week. I was saying that like my social bundles kind of ran out towards the end of like towards the end of this working week. But yeah, it was also a good week. It was also a good week, I must say. And yeah, it was also a good week. I learned a lot. I, spoke to people. I had courage to speak to people. I would also say that, yeah, I was organized in terms of getting what I needed to get done, in as much as it was obviously a bit stressful. So that's how my week has been, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. Definitely looking forward to the weekend. Yeah. So, now to get to the conversation, I guess, that I wanted to have for this podcast. It was really, I guess, I think the seed was planted during the week when I was reading. So I'm currently reading a book by Jay Shetty called Think Like a Monk. Yeah, I have to admit to this. I have been reading this book for the longest. I started reading this book in, like, I think around May. I think it was around May. And I just have not finished it yet because, yeah, as I said, life was, especially during that time, life was lifing. But yeah, I've been reading it a lot more these days, mainly because I've intentionally made the time to actually read. I think I spoke about this when I was speaking about skills development last week as well. But yeah, anyways, the book speaks about a lot of things. There's so many things. I think I need to actually do like a book review on this. So I'm halfway, just over halfway now. And there were some interesting statements that were made. The first being that we say things to ourselves that we would never say to people that we love. And we say those things quite often. And we also should be treating ourselves with the same love and respect that we show to others, right? And yeah, I thought about this. I was like, it's actually it's more easy for us to think of all the things that we've like done wrong, or things that could have that we could have done better, or things that we could have changed, right? Versus thinking about things that we've done great, like things that we've aced, or things that you've just maybe not necessarily aced per se, but things that you've actually like improved on, right? And I think it's just like a brain thing. Like the brain can easily just go into that mode of everything is just going, like the things that are going wrong. And then I think I started thinking about this because I was just reflecting, like whilst I was showering for some reason. Why was I thinking about this? Whilst I was showering, I was just thinking about, oh my word, this week has been so hectic. There was so much that's happening. I was feeling tired. I just went down this spiral. And then I was like, oh my word, thank God it's Friday. Right? And then I was like, no, man, I actually like did some great things during this week. And then I just had to like get myself into that mind frame and mind space. And then suddenly the idea sparked. I was like, let me reach out to some people and ask them, like, what did you do great this week? And I got some amazing responses, and I'm definitely going to keep them anonymous, obviously. But yeah, I'm sharing these points just for us to like remember to actually, to be intentional about thinking about those things that are going well. I guess also just being grateful for the things that we are doing well in and doing great at, and just being kind to ourselves, because that is another thing that I picked up, that sometimes I'm not as kind to myself as I may be to my friends or my family. Like we can be very hard on ourselves. So these are just some of the things that people have done great in this week. And I hope that, you feel encouraged by that. And you also just take time to, just be self-aware and be proud of yourself and what, what you've done during the week. So it was actually quite interesting because these things, when I was now like writing them down so that I don't forget them, they fall into these categories of spice, and I was like, people have had a spicy week, which I really loved. Like it was so diverse. So there was one that said they defeated procrastination to sort out 10 boxes that had been in their car from orders that they from orders that they have, and they feel that they did a great job at this. Everything is in order, and it's like a mini shop in a boot. Wow, look at that. Another person said that they managed to be consistent at the gym all week. Wow. All week, guys. All week. Consistency. I love that. Another person said that they managed to do 25 burpees from Monday to Friday. So that also speaks to consistency, which is great and amazing. Someone else said that they took a jog on Tuesday for the first time this year. First time this year. So they started. That is such an important thing. Like they actually started, they got themselves to start. They ran 4 kilometers and they feel so great. They feel super great. And they're thinking of going jogging again tonight. Or it's getting dark at their side very early. So I hope they managed. Actually, I'm gonna keep them accountable, and I'm gonna ask them if they actually went along with the plan. But wow, that is amazing and that is so great. I'm glad you started, and I do hope that you manage to stay consistent. Someone else said that they led Bible study this week and the Lord is really growing them in this area. So they did great at that. That is awesome and great. Someone else, I loved the intro to this one. I really loved the introduction to this one. They said, Mama, I made it. I just loved that introduction. I'm taking a step towards confronting my childhood traumas that are currently manifesting in my life. Right? Wow. This is like emotional well-being at its peak. And I'm going to speak on childhood traumas because it's definitely something that is so important, and it really does affect how we navigate life as adults, like people in marriages, people like just there's just been a lot of experiences and conversations around how like trauma manifests into just the way we relate with people. So yeah, anyways, another point that was mentioned, this is also quite an emotional one. This person had a conversation with a friend who opened up about being sexually assaulted and other stuff that's happened to them, and they managed to be a safe space or outlet. Yeah, that's a lot. And wow, you did great. Another person said that they managed their anxiety well, which was contributed by prayer, fasting, and speaking to people. Ooh, anxiety is a whole other topic, guys. Anxiety. Yeah. Someone said that they stayed positive and motivated despite the power outages that were happening at their work. They progressed in a potential deal at work. So, wow, I'm super happy, super proud of them. And then they also commented that they did great at being a friend, right? And I can actually attest to that because literally on Monday they sent a message asking me, they sent a message saying, like, wishing me a good week ahead. And then on the next day, on the Tuesday, they sent me a message just, saying, just encouraging, just a really encouraging and uplifting message. And I was like, wow, you don't understand how much I needed this. And that was great. So I can attest to that. The fact that you were being there as a friend, you did great at that. Someone else said that they organized their things well within the busy schedule that they had, and they didn't feel overwhelmed during the week. Um, and they networked well. So they found an event which was aligned to their objectives. They spoke to people, they were courageous and brave, and it was really fruitful. Wow. Oh, man. These all these things just made me feel so happy and so proud and like, wow, 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 wow. I love that. And then another comment was, this is not the last one that I have. Um, there was a team event, and the person was present. They showed up. They participated and approached and spoke to new people. So yeah, those are some of the great things that have happened this week. I'm super, super, super proud of everybody. And yeah, as I said, the purpose of this, I guess, was to just really encourage us to also just, yeah, to be kind to ourselves, to reflect on the things that have gone well and that we're doing great in, just so that we can sort of negate those like thoughts, the negative thoughts that come much more easier than, yeah, the positive thoughts. So that's really it from me. I really actually enjoyed recording this episode and reading out those points again. Obviously, I read them, but actually reading them out, just I can't even explain the feeling of how that just really made me feel. So thank you for everyone who contributed, who responded to my message, just responded to the message to ask them how things were going. And I didn't send to every single person because I would have had to go through so many and some people didn't manage to get back to me, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm definitely more than open to like getting more messages on how like things that went great this week from anyone. Just contact me, let me know. Like I love to hear these things because they also uplift me. But yeah, that's it from me. Exciting thing is that there's an Instagram page. Actually so excited about that. It's an Instagram page. We're going to be posting some things there, so do look out for that. I'll probably invite people to the page once things are a bit more like, once we've added some things. But yeah, super, super, super happy that I managed to record the session, and I really do hope that you are excited for the next one that's coming up next week. Yeah, and as usual, as always, keep loving whilst living.